Latest information coming in fact, points to Pakistan and ISI links to Gurdaspur attacks. Intelligence sources have told India today that the attacks are part of a plan to push ammunition and funds for separatists. These are pictures coming in of Rajnath Singh, the Home Minister, who has apparently reached Gurdaspur. Let's listen in. He's moving closer towards the camera. Let's try and listen in to what he has to say.
आज प्रातःकाल ही मुझे जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि पंजाब में कुछ आतंकवादी बॉर्डर के समीप एक पुलिस स्टेशन में घुस गए हैं और इस संबंध में कार्रवाई चल रही है। प्रातःकाल ही मैंने नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर, होम सेक्रेटरी और साथ ही कई अधिकारियों से बातचीत की है। फोर्स वहां उस स्थल पर रवाना की जा चुकी है, कार्रवाई चल रही है। इससे अधिक इस समय कुछ नहीं कहना चाहूंगा। मैं समझता हूं कि परिणाम की प्रतीक्षा कीजिए। मैं अभी कोई कमेंट इस संबंध में नहीं करूंगा। अभी तक कार्रवाई चल रही है और मैं पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हूं कि हम इस कार्रवाई में कामयाब होंगे। और इसके अतिरिक्त कुछ नहीं कहना।
कितने लोगों की मौत की खबर है? कितने लोगों की मौत की खबर है? पंजाब वाले में कितने लोगों की मौत की खबर? कैजुअल की
अभी ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, तब तक फिगर मैं नहीं बतलाऊंगा।
बट
सिचुएशन इज अंडर कंट्रोल। Don't worry. Forces has already moved there. मैं अभी सीआरपीएफ के जवानों का रेजिंग डे है, बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण दिन उनके लिए होता है, उनका स्थापना दिवस है। इन्हीं जवानों के आधार पर ही इस देश की सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित की जा सकती है। हम इनके उनके हौसले की अफजाई करना भी ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी है। पूरी तरह से दिल्ली में बातचीत करने के बाद तब मैं यहाँ आया हूँ और सीधे यहाँ अपने सीआरपीएफ के जवानों को एड्रेस करने के बाद वापस मैं दिल्ली जाऊंगा और हमारी सभी से पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री जी श्री प्रकाश सिंह जी बादल से, एनएसए से और होम सेक्रेटरी से और डायरेक्टर जनरल बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स से भी बात हो चुकी है। डायरेक्टर जनरल बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स को भी मैंने कहा है कि पूरी सीमाओं पर जो है अपनी फोर्स को पूरी तरह से अलर्ट कर दिया जाए।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
बाकी सब आपको होम मिनिस्ट्री ब्रीफ करेगी। जो कुछ सेना को करना है हमने किया है।
लेकिन सर लगातार अलर्ट पे है सर।
स्पेशल फोर्सेस while आ गए, those who can counter insurgency and terrorist forces वाल आ गए। बाकी का सब आपको होम मिनिस्ट्री ब्रीफ करेगी।
मंत्री जी, पिछले 2 दिनों से अलर्ट पर रखा गया था इस तरह की घटना।
All right, that was Manohar Parrikar, the defense minister, and before him the home minister, who's presently in Bhopal, where he was in fact commenting on the situation in Gurdaspur. Some more breaking news coming in. An alert had been issued on the 24th of July. According to the IB alert, 10 Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists led by Commander Maqbool Khan were trying to infiltrate from Dudhiniyal in Jammu to strike India on 15th of August with the help of Pakistani Rangers and ISI. IB sources have also said that they cannot rule out more terror attacks in the very near future. Atir Khan now joins us with all the latest. Atir, then this is disturbing information, but this is generalities at this moment.
Well, but these are very important Sanket indications. Since our sources are telling us that security agencies and intelligence agencies suspect that there could be some local support given to these terror operatives, and it could be also in the form of smuggling in weapons and explosives which were planted on the rail track. So the locals, operatives which are connected with Khalistan could have been roped in for this exercise. Remember, a number of Khalistan leaders have been provided safe haven in Pakistan by the ISI, and that there have been several meetings of the Khalistan leaders also in several countries, including Germany, and ISI has been playing a major role in backing them up, propping them up, and this could be a association of convenience between the two to carry out this attack. So that is one of the major points being examined by the police and the security agencies.
All right, Atir Khan, many thanks for joining us with all the latest. So the Intelligence Bureau says terrorists plan to strike closer to Independence Day. The alert says the terrorists are being helped by Pakistan and ISI, the Inter-Services Intelligence. But the three main things that happened: a police station under siege, there was a local bus stand in Gurdaspur where a bus was attacked. There were 7 passengers who were injured. The total death toll is now at 8. Subsequently, the army was called in to that police station. You can see the pictures on the top of your screen where the army is now going in. The NSG team has also reached. And to the bottom right, you can actually see the train tragedy which was averted by a very alert lineman who stopped a train just in time because he spotted something unusual, bomb-like, along the railway track. Let's take a look now at the sequence of events, the timeline. 5:30 a.m. terror attack on a bus. That's where the terrorists actually struck first this morning at a bus stand in Gurdaspur. Within seconds, they stole a white car from that bus stand and then started moving towards the police station. Simultaneously, in Pathankot at 5:32 a.m., bomb was found along the railway tracks. Then at 5:45, the terrorists entered a police station in Dinanagar. That's when this fierce gun battle actually began at 5:45. 7:30 is when reports of the first casualties actually started coming in. Disturbing figures of the first casualty figures started coming in. The death toll right now is at 8. 7:30 was also the time when the army was called in. Some more breaking news coming in. The BSF has special commando units placed at Jalandhar. They've been asked to prepare, maybe if they are pulled in. Jalandhar is barely 100 kilometers from Gurdaspur. This is in addition to Army, Police, Special Forces and other contingent. Jugal Purohit is now with us. Jugal, the BSF is also in a state of preparedness, but do also take us through how BSF has been put on alert along the border, their primary responsibility.
Well, Sanket, there is hardly anything surprising about the BSF being on alert in the border. This is the arrival of the summer season essentially means that the passes north of Jammu, that is in Srinagar, along the line of control, open up for infiltration, as well as the situation south of Srinagar, that is in the Jammu area where the international border is, where the BSF controls the international border. Even that area becomes easy for movement. So there is barely any surprise or to say that BSF is on alert. Of course, it's on alert for a very long time. There have been Intelligence Bureau alerts which we have reported of just 3 to 4 days ago of infiltration in the Jammu sector. So yes, they are on alert. But on the other side, what is now coming to the fore is how wide spread a net the Indian state is casting in its effort to stem this particular terror attack and to beef up. We are aware that the army units have moved in. We are aware that the para-commandos, the special forces of the Indian Army, have moved in. We are aware the NSG is going in. The local police, of course, is there with their SWAT teams. And now this BSF commando unit, which is in Jalandhar, barely 100 kilometers away, is now at this hour being asked to ready itself and move towards the area of Gurdaspur, which will, of course, take them about a couple of hours. While there are alerts, while Punjab was informed to be on alerts, because this is not a one-off attack. We've been seeing attacks in Samba, Katwa, Hiranagar. It's an arc, if you see, which is spreading from south of Jammu in the regions very close to the hinterland. It's a very typical attack of the terrorists coming in the wee hours of the morning when the alert levels are generally too low. The new people are coming in, the older ones are giving them the shift. That's when they come. They hijack a vehicle, they try and come as close in to the national border area, away from the border regions, and strike, hit and run. Because unlike in the areas of Kashmir, in Srinagar, where they are known to come, set up bases, have their arms and ammunition depots and operate in the jungle.
Right, Jugal.
This area is not that at all.
Absolutely, Jugal. In fact, some reaction coming in. of the Indian Army. Now, interestingly, it was just yesterday that Lieutenant General D.S. Hooda, the GOC of the Northern Command, had commented on how around 400 terrorists are actually waiting across the border to cross over to India. Only yesterday. Let's listen in.
This year we have actually increased our deployment along the borders. So more troops have gone up to check and in the counter-infiltration post. Numbers which are being talked about are about 250, 300 across 15 corps, which is Kashmir region, about 150 across Jammu region. That's the numbers.
All right, some breaking news at this moment. Rahul Gandhi has spoken out on the Gurdaspur terror incident. He says that he strongly condemns the terror attack in Gurdaspur. And he says, I quote, "I hope the situation is brought under control at the earliest. My prayers with the families of those who lost their lives in the attack," unquote. Let's now go across to Brijesh Pandey at this moment. Brijesh, earlier in the day, we did hear what Rajnath Singh, the Home Minister, had to say. First of all, a hostage crisis has been ruled out completely as far as the government is concerned. So that makes perhaps the task of neutralizing these terrorists a little easier than what was in fact being seen earlier.
Well, absolutely. I think the government must have heaved a huge sigh of relief when they would have been told that there is no hostage situation, because hostage situation gives the terror attack or the motive of terror attack maximum publicity, and it is one situation which any government would dread. Apart from that, what we have also been given to understand is that that there has been a meeting which is going on, and what we have been given to understand is that there has been constant briefing to the Prime Minister by both NSA as well as the Minister of State for Home. The Home Minister Rajnath Singh, he has landed in Bhopal, and he is expected to go for the 76th raising day for CRPF and is expected to return to Delhi at 4 p.m. Interestingly, Sanket, what we have been told by our sources within the Intelligence Bureau is that they are not ruling out more terror attacks in the immediate future, and this is one reason which has come as a big worry for Home Ministry, because they are saying that the exact number of terrorists they are not able to ascertain of how many terrorists have infiltrated and whether all of them are at one go involved in this operation. There are news coming in that that there could be further more units in number of ones and twos who could be still out and have not actively not taken participation in this particular terror attack, and we might see more terror attacks in the near future. Sanket?
Right, Brijesh, also take us through the number of political reactions that we have actually seen, and also a lot of people actually said that most of the experts, in fact, that this peace or relative peace in Punjab for over 2 decades now is at huge risk, because now there seems to be a strategy where terrorists are looking at softer targets.
Well, Sanket, the situation, it would be very early to, just by this particular terror attack, to say that situation would return back to what it was 2 decades back. Definitely, there are groupings and regroupings of terrorist organizations actively aided and abetted by Pakistan. But the fact of the matter goes is that what we have been given to understand till now is that this particular terror group is something which owes its origin from Jammu and Kashmir, and being trained as kind of doing a Lashkar-e-Taiba style of operation. So the authorities are not more worried about the situation in Punjab returning back to what it was 2 decades back. The political reaction is, Sanket, that the Defence Minister has just given a bite in which he has said that 3 columns of army has been moved up, and apart from that, special commandos have been deployed to the spot. Other than that, other political reactions are coming in which people are paying their condolences to the lives lost, and also saying that that there should be no politics over terror and terrorism, and it should be dealt with very firmly. Sanket?
All right, Brijesh, let's quickly in fact listen in to Manohar Parrikar, the Defence Minister, who spoke just a short while back, and we'll also listen in to what the Home Minister Rajnath Singh had to say.
Special forces, those who can counter insurgency and terrorist forces, बाकी का सब आपको होम मिनिस्ट्री ब्रीफ करेगी।
आज प्रातःकाल ही मुझे जानकारी प्राप्त हुई है कि पंजाब में कुछ आतंकवादी बॉर्डर के समीप एक पुलिस स्टेशन में घुस गए हैं और इस संबंध में कार्रवाई चल रही है। प्रातःकाल ही मैंने नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर, होम सेक्रेटरी और साथ ही कई अधिकारियों से बातचीत की है। फोर्स वहां उस स्थल पर रवाना की जा चुकी है, कार्रवाई चल रही है। इससे अधिक इस समय कुछ नहीं कहना चाहूंगा। मैं समझता हूं कि परिणाम की प्रतीक्षा कीजिए। मैं अभी कोई कमेंट इस संबंध में नहीं करूंगा। अभी तक कार्रवाई चल रही है और मैं पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हूं कि हम इस कार्रवाई में कामयाब होंगे।
किरण जी, किस तरह की अपडेट आ रही है? लगातार आप लोग संपर्क में हैं। आतंकवादी कहां से आए थे, कौन थे, कुछ पता लगा?
इतना डिटेल तो अभी बता नहीं सकूंगा क्योंकि अभी वो वहाँ पे एनकाउंटर चल रहा है और सारा फोर्सेस वहाँ पे कंसंट्रेट किया है और अभी वो तो बचेंगे नहीं। लेकिन क्या है, अभी इस वक्त बाकी सूत्र का क्या क्या है वो सब बताना ठीक नहीं है क्योंकि शाम तक हम लोग डिटेल आपको बता देंगे।
लेकिन पूरे देश भर में अलर्ट जारी किया गया है। इसके बारे में भी कुछ खबरें 2 दिन से लगातार चल रही थी कि ऐसी कुछ हमलावर गतिविधियां हो सकती हैं आतंकवादी।
नहीं, अलर्ट तो हम लोग बीच बीच में जारी करते हैं लेकिन कभी घटना अचानक कहीं हो जाता है, कहीं चूक होता है। लेकिन ये घटना जो है गंभीर है, इसलिए अभी मैं जब तक ये एनकाउंटर खत्म नहीं होता है तब तक इसके बारे में डिटेल से जो इसका बैकग्राउंड है इसको जिक्र करना ठीक नहीं समझता हूँ।
कहाँ से आतंकवादी आए थे, कितने आतंकवादी थे, वो सब कुछ पता लग पाया? कितने लोग
अभी पता लग जाएंगे, वो पता लग जाएगा।
Okay, Lieutenant General K.S. Brar now joins us on the phone line. Lieutenant General Brar, you have seen Punjab militancy with very close quarters, at very close quarters. Do you think that Punjab has a reason to worry and what sort of level of alertness is actually required at this moment? Because the trend that we have actually observed this morning is that so far these terrorists who used to infiltrate from Pakistan used to operate in Jammu, Kashmir. This is for the first time they have actually moved down south.
You see, Pakistan ISI would like to see an unstable Punjab just as they would like to see an unstable Kashmir. So the acts are very, very similar. The attacks on police stations, attacks on army posts. We saw what happened in Katwa, we saw what happened in Samba. Similar thing now in Deenanagar. So the fact is that Pakistan will want to whip up terrorism in Punjab and Kashmir, and particularly in Punjab, to once again try and revive the Khalistani movement. Their aim, in my opinion, is that Punjab and Kashmir must remain unstable. And the moment things start settling down and peace returns, they whip up something or the other. They don't want a peaceful Punjab. Now, whether this is revival of Khalistani movement or not is difficult to say. The fact is, the local population, the Sikhs in Punjab don't want Khalistan. The local population doesn't want it. They don't support it. But then if the state government is going to be soft, if they're going to build monuments to honor these terrorists, if they're going to release terrorists from jail, those who killed Bayan Singh, those who killed others, and who have been convicted and sentenced and are in jail, and they're being released, or at least the desire is to have them all released, well, this is a soft policy. This means we're soft on terrorism.
That's a very important point, Lieutenant General Brar, that you are making, that soft peddling as far as terror convicts are concerned or terror accused are concerned is not actually going to help the cause and perhaps throw possibly the risk of more such terror attacks.
I don't think we can afford to be soft on this issue. You've got to be tough on it.
Okay. Okay, thanks very much, Lieutenant General K.S. Brar, the head of Operation Blue Star. He has seen terrorism in Punjab very, very closely, and each and every word of what he actually said carries a lot of meaning and weight when he says that All right, there's some breaking news coming in at this moment. Reports now coming in of one terrorist having been killed in Dinanagar encounter. Remember, the reports at this moment are that there are as many as 15. So one report coming in that one terrorist has now been killed in the Gurdaspur encounter in Dinanagar. We are yet to get reports of, on more terrorists. That encounter very much still on.